cells. Hi! In our previous lesson, we discussed the two main components of the connective tissue, namely the extracellular matrix containing ground substance as well as fibers, and the cells. These cells are embedded within the extracellular matrix and they play important roles in maintaining tissue structure and function, much like the vegetables, spices, and meats in a big pot of soup. So join us as we tell you more about each of these ingredients called cells. These are the fibroblasts, pigment cells or melanocytes, adipose cells, macrophages, and mast cells. Fibroblasts are responsible for producing the proteins and fibers that make up the connective tissue. These cells can be observed under the microscope as spindle-shaped or star-shaped, with a single nucleus and long, slender processes. Let us learn more from a quiz. Which of the following is the primary function of fibroblasts? A. Contraction of muscles. B. Secretion of digestive enzymes. C. Production of extracellular matrix components. D. Maintenance of bone density. Answer: C. Production of extracellular matrix components. Here's another one that will help you learn about the role of fibroblasts in healing. Which of the following statements about fibroblasts in wound repair is true? A. Fibroblasts degrade the extracellular matrix to promote wound healing. B. Fibroblasts are responsible for initiating the inflammatory response. C. Fibroblasts produce collagen to facilitate wound healing. D. Fibroblasts differentiate into immune cells to fight off infection. Answer: C. That's right. The fibroblasts work tirelessly to create collagen, elastic, and reticular fibers that give connective tissue strength, elasticity, and support. Therefore, fibroblasts are most active during wound healing. In their inactive form, these cells are called fibrocytes. Next up, we have the pigment cells or melanocytes. These cells are responsible for creating and distributing the pigments that give color to our skin, hair, and eyes. They are like tiny factories tucked away in the deepest layers of our skin, constantly churning out melanin, the pigment that gives our skin its characteristic tone. The amount of melanin differs from one person to another, which accounts for differences in skin and eye color of different races and individuals. Under the microscope, these little pigment-producing cells appear as round, dark blobs scattered throughout the tissue. They have long, branching arms that reach out and make contact with nearby skin cells, passing on their precious cargo of melanin. But these cells are not just responsible for creating color. They also play an important role in protecting our skin from the harmful effects of the sun. When we're exposed to UV radiation, melanocytes spring into action, producing more melanin to help shield our skin from damage. And now we move on to the adipocytes. The chubby little cells that make our bodies oh so cuddly and soft. Adipocytes, also known as fat cells, are the plump little bodies that are responsible for storing all that extra energy we consume. They may look like tiny spheres, but they are actually quite complex. Under the microscope, adipocytes appear as globular cells with a large lipid droplet occupying most of their space. These cells come in a variety of shapes and sizes depending on their location in the body. They can be large and round in areas like the abdomen and buttocks, or long and slender in places like the arms and legs. Adipocytes also have a unique ability to expand and contract, much like a balloon. As we consume more energy, These cells expand to accommodate the excess fat, and as we use up that energy, they shrink back down again. This is why our bodies can fluctuate in weight so easily. While adipocytes may get a bad rap for causing weight gain, they are actually quite important for our overall health. They provide insulation and cushioning for our organs, help regulate body temperature, and even produce hormones that control appetite and metabolism. Up next, we have the macrophages. These cells travel through the body, scavenging and clearing away any unwanted debris. They are a type of white blood cells that play an important role in the immune system. Under the microscope, macrophages look like little amoebas moving around, engulfing and devouring everything in their path. They have small nuclei which appear darker than the nuclei of fibroblasts. Their cytoplasm has plenty of lysosomes which are responsible for digesting substances they engulf. They are often found in tissues that are frequently exposed to foreign particles, such as the lungs, liver, and spleen. In addition to their cleaning duties, macrophages also act as messengers in the immune system, releasing signaling molecules to recruit other immune cells to the site of infection or injury. The last of the cells we will discuss in this session are the mast cells. Have you experienced a sudden burning sensation, an itch that leads to a swelling as a reaction to a plant or something in the air? That's when mast cells come into play. These cells are always on the lookout for invaders like parasites or allergens. Once they detect an intruder, they release a flurry of chemicals like histamine and cytokines to combat them. This reaction may cause some unpleasant symptoms like inflammation or itching. But it's all part of the mast cell's defense mechanism. Under the microscope, mast cells are easy to spot with their distinctive shape. They look like round balloons with many small granules inside. These granules contain powerful chemicals. So there you have it. When we introduced connective tissue, we broadly classified it as general connective tissue and specialized connective tissue. In our next session, we will study more about the different types. We hope you had fun learning with us.